Let's see if we can do this one. So it's been a little while. I couldn't couldn't do this one on Friday, so we're gonna hopefully be doing this one right now instead. First order of the day. First order of the day. Share. Copy. So we're doing this one. I'll be starting up the music shortly. I just need to share this one proper so that we can get going. So let's not do that one. We're being hailed. So they have to wait a little bit because that's what you do. We're gonna be doing some more on. One sec. Let me just do this one first. Let's start up the shizzle. Here we some Orange Goblin to sate your musical sensations. Alright, and that should look good. So remove that one. We have a watcher already. Awesome. We might have an watcher. So I'm gonna just share this one on Twitter as well. And then we share this one, like, share. Let's invite some people. You have to excuse me because this bit in the beginning is the tedious part, but this is the one which makes it so that actually some people who want to watch this ones get to see me do the stuff. It's a shame really that it's not more streamlined, but the Facebook one is very streamlined. It just falls off all the time, so it's, you know, a little bit less fun. Let's just do this one. Invite some people. that we know. Yeah, let's just leave it there for now. Just a couple of people. Post. Right, close that one down. Remove the share. Invite all the boys, indeed. Hey, Legion Reaper. And hello, my love. Okay, so finally. Yes, let's just, take a moment to enjoy the view of Concordia Curze before. And last time I actually did just everything on this layer. So we moved from quite plastic to less plastic. Today I'm going to be focusing on the dark metal-y parts. It might not be that long, but it will be a little bit in any case. So I had this piece, it's almost right. Let's rotate it a little bit ish. It's better than nothing, and above all, it's kind of black metal with a wee bit of rusty stuff and things like that. So we're using that one for today as a reference, and then just move to another brush than I normally use, simply because it's sometimes good to change brushes. Sometimes. So we've invited some peeps to watch. They're probably watching it through, if they're seeing this one, there's a big chance that they're watching it through Facebook, or they might be watching this one afterwards, because I actually do share these ones on YouTube as well, mainly to make sure that it's available to watch afterwards. Nothing vanishes on YouTube or something like that. Something like that. So, just building up. We need to make sure that we have this, that it actually looks like a proper armor that could be functioning. One of the biggest problems, and I've been talking about this one in the past as well, is when you do this one is that you zoom in, and I've already zoomed in some, but that's because otherwise I'll fuck it up completely. Let's not do that one. But you just need to have some sort of working in it. So how are you guys doing today? That's so annoying. How are you guys doing today? You guys are alright? Is it a bad day? I'll just talk. I know that it's somewhat behind. It's always somewhat behind. So I'll be doing some talking in between whilst waiting for people. Big balls. Busy is bad. Well, busy is bad or good. It depends. I mean, okay. You're great. What are you painting on something today? Or not? You're just hanging around today. this one. Tone it down a bit over there. Looking in back and forth is fine, you know. I really appreciate your coming in and checking up on me anyway. As much as you can, if you have the possibility. You're getting a lot done. Well, that's good. That's really good. I'm glad. Glad. The important part is that you feel happy with what you're doing. That doesn't mean that, you know, you're happy with how everything comes out. Always. Not always. But at the very least you should be happy with painting. In case you guys are wondering, I'm having a little bit of an issue with my eye. I've had one for a little while. So webcam action, yes. I am doing some serious webcam action here. That's awesome. Lewd crowds are always welcome. It's can be far worse than that one. So I'm gonna add a little bit of a rusty sensation over here, because not because it's necessarily that it's, you know, all rusted metal and that kind of shit. That's not really the point here. The point is actually to make... Here's the difference between painting something for yourself and painting something for production. If I would paint this one for a production thing, then I might actually really go proper, realistic, everything super right. Not all of these light thingies would make sense from a proper production point of view, because from a production point of view, what you need to do is you need to make sure that it works with the reality of figurines or of models or something like that. When you're doing a painting, what you're trying to do is, when you're doing a proper, you know, proper illustration painting, what you're trying to do is actually make everything look and pop and feel good. So that sometimes means that you need to throw a little bit of realism out to be able to convey a feeling. Now, what I don't mean with that one is ignore realism. That's not at all what I'm saying. But for instance, down here, we are going to have darkness happening underneath because shadows. And to then put emphasis on the fact that there is a shoulder pad coming out here, I put a little bit of rustiness over on the edge here, and what that one does is it brings a little bit of light onto them, and when they get light, they actually stand out a little bit, which means that we can see that this one is here easier. If I would be painting this one properly for instance, a video game or for something else, I might actually not do that one and just have it be all black and completely conform with how the metal would look from there, and then it would be very dark. You wouldn't see that it's there to the same extent, and things like that. So loot crowds and shizzle. Let's see. You're watching this in full screen. Oh, don't worry about it. So I have a watcher on Facebook, I think, or on full screen on Twitch. So hello and welcome. You're very welcome. Doesn't matter where you are. You're welcome to watch, regardless of where you are. The only difference, oh yeah, no, I have a new band. That's true. I haven't added them yet. Oh, that's so bad. Actually, let's add them right away. I have a new band I have been allowed to add, so let's add a song from them already. Let's see if we can move on after Embassy of Silence, of course. So I'm gonna add some soothing songs. Do we have any alright. I've added 2 songs from them. So the new band I got the rights to play, they're called Ailstorm, and yeah, they're fun. I get weird messages on Facebook because people are watching there as well, and I get notified, and I don't get weird messages on Facebook. I get notified whenever they comment, so I get like this ping noise happening all the time. So yeah, anyway, Ailstorm, they're a British band that, as far as I know, they're living maybe not in the UK anymore. They're kind of cool, they're fun, and they said, sure, you can play our music. Facebook will take our post down, take your post down probably, but you have our blessing to play it. So I have their blessing. So far, that's all I've needed for Facebook, and that's what I'm going by. If I have the right to play it from them, then technically, according to Facebook's own rules, nobody can complain. So it's the case with every piece of music that I'm playing here. I have the right to play it. Embassy of Silence included. Let's see, let's go back and see what they wrote. Yeah. Cheers, Alex. So he said, new band, cool. Gotta love your tutorials, music and drawing. So, So now it became the Devil's Whip. So let's just, I'm gonna lower Orange Goblin for a little while. They've been played already, and let's just move on to our new songs. I love Orange Goblin, I really do. But let's move on to a little bit of Ailstorm right now. There we go. So these guys play so cool music. It's just awesome. It's really difficult to beat this one, in my opinion. And now, right now, people are going like, how's this metal? Well, because of this. They're just really cool.
Stand before you To tell the truth most dire, there lurks a traitor in our midst who hath invoked the captain's ire. Don't deserve no mercy, we ought to shoot him with a gun, but I am not an evil man, so first let's have a little fun. We'll tie that scoundrel.
Drunken Norwegian is the best. I'm sure it is. I try to pick music that's suitable for what I'm painting. So this is something that Curze would do. Definitely. Keelhaul people. So if keelhauling is what you would do, why is the rum gone? There is plenty of rum here. And there will be rum drunk later tonight. I'm quite sure. Not always on a weeknight, but you know, on occasion. There's no rum there, yeah. I think that one would be frowned upon, don't you? Right there in any case. So let's see. So, any case, these ones, the fact that I'm playing through Twitch, and I've said this one many a time now, you know, if you want to get noted on, when I'm doing this one, the easiest way is actually to follow me on Twitch. I will be doing this one through Twitch up until Facebook, you know, picks up its act and gets better with their internet hookup, because I've checked it out and it's really not on my side that the internet is continuously falling. So because of that one, I need to wait up until it works again. And yeah, that's gonna be once they have been able to stabilize things on Facebook. So up until that point, it's gonna be more or less Twitch continuously. So now's the time to make these rust stains that I made here be slightly more actual rust instead of red. Be more brownish. Brown is good. If rum doesn't fix your problems, then you haven't had enough rum. Yeah, I like rum, so it's, you know. I'm guilty of that one. Okay, so move that one down. That was not good. Why didn't that one work? This is strange. Merge down. This is strange. This is Photoshop not acting like it should do. That's bummed me out a little bit. So I do like this. Select inverse, copy merged, paste, had to work around. Sometimes you have to do that. So normally you can actually just collapse layers. Some types of layers don't work well to collapse, but in this case it should have worked just fine. So in any case, if you're on Facebook watching this one, or if you're watching this one afterwards on YouTube or whatever, there is a link to the Twitch in the description on the Facebook account or on YouTube, and you can go there and you can just choose to follow, and you will be notified when I go live. It would also be awesome if you could share this one around, because this automatically made my viewers go down. It's a lot easier to watch things through Facebook and just go from there, and I understand that one perfectly, but that's kind of also why I want this one to be easy, accessible, and spread around and stuff, because the idea is, if you ask questions, I should be here to answer them for you, and I should be able to answer them for you, and if nobody knows about it, yeah, well then I can't really answer any questions, can I? So that's what we're trying to do here. Anyhow, let's move this one aside, because that one shouldn't be there. So my goal is to get completely done with this one as soon as possible, and I might actually be painting this one on the side as well a little bit, just to make sure that we get this one done with, so I can actually move on to the next one. I'm also painting Cthulhu, but I kind of want to move on and do more than just these two right now, because otherwise I'm going to slow down too much with them. I've recently gotten a little bit more work to do, so there's no reason to believe that one won't pick up even more. So, you know, best thing to do is just move on, push it, not leaving it, you know, unfinished or less than what it could be, because that's not the point of these ones neither. But speaking about something and painting at the same time sometimes hinders the thought process a little bit. So we need to let's see. No, not that one. So I'm looking for a little bit shinier texture than the one I have, a little bit more silvery one to make with the skull. It sort of needs to be the right, lighting as well, so I don't have to work too much with the lighting. And I know I have more of this kind of stuff, it's just a matter of finding it. It's only so many places where I have it, so there we go. So yeah, these ones are texture stuff from the Order 18 96 or what it's called. Yeah, it's a PlayStation game. But they're really, really useful as proper how property givers, how light and stuff moves and stuff like that. And you know, the better would be to have it all as photos, but that's not something I have right now. So this is the one I'm gonna use because this one's all shiny and stuff, but I actually want this kind of effect on it. That's what we're gonna do. So needing to fix up the lines, and as you can see when I get this close up, this one is actually quite rough. So it's a matter of making sure that it's less rough, and you know, it's gonna be rough up close because it's not meant to be watched super close. It's, you know, I think this is about as large as it's gonna be viewed. So here you can still see that it's actually quite rough. So that's what I mean by working on the side, because some of these things are very meticulous. Some of these ones are going to be just texture brushing, and texture brushing is something I wanted to show on the Kutulan piece, so you don't have to worry about losing out on that one. But then it's just something that demands a little bit more focus than what I can give on these live sessions. So I'm gonna do my best to help out, to do those ones on the side. Sorry, this is what I mean. Already losing a little bit of focus talking about it. Just that's not good. So I'm actually gonna take out another reference now as well. No, that's stupid. I had it. Well, as those ones are quite cool that I'm looking at now, I can't use them because they're NDA stuff. So let's not do that one. Where did I have all? Yeah. Come on. I saw you. No. That one. Okay. So, just taking up my skull and bones. Oi. So I have something proper to use for reference. There we go. I'll use this one because it's cool, and just change the rotation so that one is like that. Then we move like so. There we go. questions or anything that you want to talk about, go ahead. That's why I'm here for. Right now I'm just using this reference, to get some sort of semblance of a skull out of this one. I'm gonna make I have this one. So I'm putting up an extra little window up here of the full one, just to see what happens when I paint on the skull. So something to notice is that this skull over here is more elongated than the skull that I have over here. So I need to take that one into account when I paint this one, which I also am. Oh, hey Björn. Angry music. Well, my theme, my idea around these ones is making art with metal. So, you know, unfortunately that sometimes includes a bit of angry music. You're the guy who inspired me to start doing these ones, so, you know, technically you're to blame. Okay, you're not doing with angry music, but you know. Now I'm this up close and seeing all of the errors when I just marked out this one earlier. I can see how horribly deformed this skull is. It's technically not really a problem, because Curze is not supposed to be a stable person, so it doesn't have to be, you know, super correct, but still. Yeah, it's how long you been here? How much have you seen of the image? This is the full image. I saw you did the, you started with the art station thingy, Björn. The making of, what was it? Making of a new culture, ancient cultures, or what was it? That was pretty cool. I was pondering for a while to do that one, but I don't really have the time, unfortunately, right now to do that one. Which is a shame. Yeah, lost civilization, true that. Come on. It's cool in any case. So for anyone who doesn't know, Björn also has a live stream he does every morning at around 10, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give a little bit more go on things like that as well in the future, I think, but just not yet. You know, it's nice to do competitions, but I'm also in the point where I'm, you know, trying to keep up with everything else. Every morning at 10 past 9 UK time, yeah. And you do like just warm-up sketches and stuff. Warm-up sketches for Björn, that's like, you just have to see it. I cry every time. it's kind of it's an inspiration. If you want to know what hard work gives you and gets you, you should go check out Björn's stuff. So it's inspiring. That's about what I can say about it. Nah, I'm not kind. I'm just, you have to be honest with things as well. It's good. If it's good, it's good. So, would love to check it out. Well, Björn, if you want to, you can just, it's just Björn Hurry at Twitch, right? It's just your name, like it's spelled in the chat here, after the Twitch thingy. Alright. Go make your business call. Let's see. So I'll see if I find his there we go. Yeah. So I'm just gonna post Björn's link up in the chat here, and you guys can check it out whenever you have time. It's really cool stuff. Let's see. It's not angry if you're not angry. Yes, I'm getting comments on Facebook as well, so just everyone is welcome. So just trying to work. Right, see, that's actually starting to look a little bit better on the large scale. Have this one a little bit red here from the red on the side here. I need to still clean up these ones as well, just like I cleaned it up on the rest of the top there. So, but up until we're there, just fixing this skull here today. Gonna be doing about. Claw will be the most work, yeah, it will be. That's not even a question, I think. Unfortunately, that's unfortunately the way it's gonna be. It needs to work, and that's the part I'm struggling with. So I was talking earlier about sometimes having to throw out realism in favor of making things look good. That's a little bit of a gamble as well. So when you do that one, sometimes it means having to go back and redo things, or just scrap what you did, and that can be quite disheartening. That's why it's good to have reference that, you know, really shows what you're going to do and what you're intending to do. Let's see. All right. I see. That's why. Looking a whole lot better than it started to look in any case. But still quite a lot to do. So I will be doing this one for about 20 more minutes before stopping for today. So I have a couple of other things that I need to do as well. But on Wednesday we're gonna see if we can do this one a little bit longer, perhaps, if it's possible. Just, you know, it's been a couple of interesting weeks really with the studio, where things have meddled a little bit with the possibility to do these ones, which is both good and bad. It's, you know, bad because kind of takes away the possibility to do them, but the reasons for the break-offs have been other work and such things. Welcome back, Björn. I shared your channel so that anyone who wants to see what you do can do that one. Not happy with that. My skull here is looking more and more like an ape. Yeah, of course. Might not be there and watch you every morning, but you know, if I watch it, people watch my meager attempts, then of course I will share something that I'm watching myself to improve. So even though it might be more a case of watching in admiration than learning. I should be sketching and painting more when I watch that than what I do actually. So yeah, that's good. I'm gonna rid of these ones a little bit. See if we can add a little bit of how the rest of this one should go. Yeah, I know. But your fun sketch times are... Yeah, you like the lower jaw and then I just erased it. I'm intending to paint it in like that as well, just more correct. So when I painted this one, if anyone is wondering, I was actually very much inspired by a gentleman called Olivier Ledroit, and he is a French, I believe, artist. He's made a comic together with a guy called Pat Mills, a little tiny comic called Requiem, Vampire Night, I think it's called in English. And this skull most definitely is inspired by that one. It's one of the main characters. I don't know if friend is the right word, but colleagues, if you will, has not just a mask that is shaped like this, but his space, he has like a ship slash spaceship that's shaped the same. And it's just cool. So since this one is some sort of shiny metal, you know, the reds from the circle that's gonna be defined proper around it's gonna have some form of... Oh no, this is not client work. This is just for fun slash portfolio. I have a client called Games Workshop, and they have this. I'm not sure how much you know about Games Workshop or their stuff, but they do a game called Warhammer 40k, and in that one there are mighty heroes called Primarchs, and they're all men. There's also in the community there's a lot of misogyny going on, and one of the things that has been talked about is whether certain warriors or certain types in the game could be women or not. And this is basically me just it's a game, you know, that's what people need to realize. And so I'm just doing a set of those Primarchs as women, because kick-ass women exist too. So yeah, it's fan fiction, most definitely. So So she's basically the female variant of a other character called Curze, who is can see the future to an extent, specifically about himself, but he's also very cruel. And so the idea with this one is to be a cruel. I broke it down in like easy themes, and Curze is basically from scratch. He's a mix between Batman and he's called Conrad in Apocalypse Now, the guy in the jungle. So yeah, it's kind of a bit trying to get that one to happen. Without fudging it up, which is turning out to be the more difficult part. But it's fun. It's a fun little exercise. It's definitely fun to do. It's gathered a little bit of interest from certain people and groups, so that's also fun. I'm not happy with how the teeth are coming out here, so I'll be looking at those ones at a later time probably, but for now just poorly painting them in like this. Yeah, indeed, the Vikings indeed, and there are not only those ones. I have Warhammer, they have a lot of inspiration from our history in general. So one of the other ones I'm painting right now as well is based upon the Mongolians. So the original character, the male one, is called Jagatai Khan, and I just straight out used inspiration from Kublai Khan's cousin, Kutulun Khan. So it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna try my best to do every one of them justice. And just I need to look up how these kind of things would look, but that's fine for now. So this one would go down like that. I had intended to give him some stuff up here as well, some teeth up here as well. But perhaps not sharp teeth, but just yeah, indeed. They were quite a lot of them because women could move completely different from men and nobody expected a woman. So yeah, that's pretty much how it was. Come on. This is where it gets a little bit iffy as well. Technically speaking, if it's glowing, then everything here should be glowing as well, but I'm not sure I will do that one. We'll see. It needs to come out good as well, not just look weird. Yeah, no, the Assassins, a lot of them were women indeed. And you know, it kind of, those things, knowing those things, they kind of pave the way for knowing how to do good concepts and good. I'm sure Björn will agree with me, but you know, picking up tidbits about more or less everything from history is always useful. If you wanna make up your own stuff, whether for your own or whether it's for, you know, as a concept artist, just knowing stuff is always knows things. Never stop learning. Alright, let's see. So, I'm gonna need to work on those teeth because they're really not coming out as I want them to. But there's possibility for that one. So let's see. I had this as a use for a reference. It's about 5 more minutes before I'm gonna call it quits for today. And so for anyone who doesn't know this one, but I do these ones on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays when everything goes as it should. Those are the days I'm gonna be here. This is slightly later than normal because normally I pick up one of my boys from school at a certain time, but they have a week off, the bastards. So that's what they do. They stay home and annoy me. But it also means that I can do this one now rather than earlier. Alright, so claw thing is probably gonna be the most time consuming later. I need to fix this one in the back here as well, but that's not gonna be that time consuming. And the armor itself is gonna need to be worked up a little bit more, possibly using textures. And then I have the fabric, the face, the lower parts of the metally red bar bits. And then I need to figure out how to make heat ripples. So, you know, learning curve for me as well. But I think I'm gonna leave it for that one for today, to be quite honest, and continue back on Wednesday. So if you like this one, and whether you watched it live or whether you watch it afterwards, anywhere you watched it, there's gonna be a link somewhere. You know, share it, like it, follow, whichever. You know, I'm glad if there are people watching and following. That's kind of why I'm doing this one. It's partially pushing myself, partially being able to form some form of inspiration if I can. And yeah, that's anything is helpful for everyone. And take care, and I'll see you guys next time.